Hello, I'm Heather Scott, State Representative from District 1 up in North Idaho, and I wanted to share some very exciting news, what's happening in Idaho with our Idaho administrative rules. Many of you have watched my last video, and this is actually, we're just entering phase 2 of a rare opportunity that you have in Idaho. This is actually an unprecedented opportunity. It's never happened before. If you get my newsletter, it's the newsletter that has the bullseye on the top. So what happened is we have about 8,300 pages of administrative rules, regulations, and fees that are up for public comment. This is rare. This doesn't happen in Idaho. There was actually a fight at the end of session last year between the House and Senate, and I think the people won for once, and that's great. What this did is it forced the executive branch to re-release all their administrative rules. If you've got my newsletters for the last 4 years, I go on and on about the Idaho administrative rules. So I think you're very familiar with what they are. I'm going to share with you how you can actually comment and make a difference. And you have a short period of time to do this. The end date to comment is July 3rd. So you have to do this soon. If you look at my newsletter, I give you the steps on how to do it. For those of you who are not sure what administrative rules are, these are any rules made by bureaucrats in the state that help run the state. So we've got like Department of Agriculture, the Department of Building Safety, who deals with electricians and plumbers, the Board of Corrections, the health districts, the health and welfare. There's a lot of different ones. You're probably familiar with the Fish and Game, Department of Recreation. There's a ton of these, over 50 or 60 of them. So I'm sure there's something on here that's going to spark your interest. One that a lot of people forget about is our occupational licensing. So in Idaho, you have to get a license to actually do your job. And some of these are for crazy things like, cosmetologists. They get a license from their college, but then they have to go to the state and actually get another license, and there's all kinds of requirements. Counselors and marriage family therapists, there's a bunch of rules in there on how and what they can say and what they can do. This is your chance to make a comment on that and actually really make a difference. Massage therapists, even our morticians in our state have to get a license from the state to operate. Anyway, I just want to quickly share how you can comment. So if you go to my newsletter, you click on the link that will take you to the actual bulletin, the 8,300 page document. And I'll post that at the bottom of this video so you can go view it. And I guess the first thing I want to tell you is don't be overwhelmed. It can be intimidating, but you don't have to read all 8,300 pages. On page 2 is a short description of what happened in the state and how we got here. But if you go to page 4, it starts with the table of contents. And that's where you should start, the easiest way to start. You go to that table of contents, and the next 20 pages are topics, pretty detailed topics on what you might be interested in. These are things that are going to affect your family, the schools, anything, your hobbies, anything in there, any business you deal with. All these rules are what they have to operate by in order to be in Idaho. So what you can do is you can go in, find something that interests you, click on that in the table of contents, and it will actually take you in the document to that section. And there's a quick summary about what the rule does, and then you can actually look at the language, and it's really simple. It's written really simple, but you need to look at that. This is the citizens' opportunity to put their input in to what this rule is going to look like. Then there's 2 ways to comment. So in that document, in that section, there will be an email and a physical address. So you can send something in snail mail, or you can actually email in your comment to the people it says. That will actually go into the public record, and we will have that comment when the legislators decide if this is a good rule or bad rule. We approve a lot of rules because no comments come from citizens. No citizens say, we don't like this. So this is your opportunity. The other thing you can do, which is if you're really interested in a topic and you feel like the government is not listening to all your concerns in this issue, and you know others that have the same concern, you can call for a public hearing or an oral presentation in your county. So what you need to do is you just need to get 25 signatures and say your problem is with health and welfare or the schools. I don't know what. I don't know what your issue is. So all you do is get 20, you say, I want you to address this part of code because it is telling us we have to do Common Core and we don't like Common Core. And that we want you to come to do a public hearing for us and hear what we the people have to say. 25 signatures, and you have to send that in, and they will come up to your county and do a public hearing. I mean, this just doesn't happen in government. This has never happened in Idaho government. So I'm encouraging you to really consider looking something up and sending in a comment. If every one of us, all power is in the people. It's not in your elected officials. It's not in your government. It's not in the law. It's in you, the people. So if every single person finds one thing they don't like and shares that, there's a great opportunity that that's going to be tweaked before the final language is approved. We got to stop fighting each other. We got to stop fighting the system. You got to stop complaining and getting angry, and you really have to get engaged in government. We have a rare form of government in a republic where we actually get to exercise our power in so many different ways, and this is just one way. With so many people trying to destroy this country and the marble federalists trying to just destroy the boundaries between our county and state government, this is your opportunity. I'm asking you, please, to get involved. Click on the link, find something that interests you, and just send in an email or comment or call for a public hearing or oral presentation. So thanks for watching my video. I'm sure if you have questions, you can just communicate, talk to the people in your community. I'm sure there's others out there that probably are dealing with the same issues you're dealing with. And I just thank you. Thank you for getting involved. We really have a unique state we live in, and we really need to protect what we have because, as we know, that can change in a heartbeat. So thank you for listening. I encourage you to get involved.